Hello all, this is Joe Hooker 11 here, bringing you the last battle of the Greco-Persian Wars. This is the Battle of Mycale. Now Mycale was on the other side of, it was actually in Asia Minor, and this was the last battle. We're going to pretend that is Mycale, because this is the closest I could get to that. And after the Persians fell back from the invasion of Greece, the Athenian-Persian Corinth alliance, well, Spartan-Athenian Corinth alliance, I don't know why I say Persian, they invaded Persia, and they followed them to Mycale, which is near the island of Samos, and they defeated the Persians here, and it began the Second Ionian Revolt. Now, we are, as Parthia, standing in for Persians, again, as always. My commander for this battle is called Mardontes, that's what I'm calling him. And on the other side, with our Athenians, they are led by Xanthippus. Now, just look at this march. This is actually going to be a very intense battle. This is almost Napoleonic war style lines right there. I'm going to take a picture of that. Now, my thought on this battle was that I was going to double envelop them. So you see all my immortals over here, and Eastern Spearmen. What these are going to do is they're going to form up here, like there's some deer over there, completely hidden from view. And then over here you have the cavalry. They are all hidden from view as well. And camel archers and whatnot. I've got a few catapults over here. Well, actually, they're giant ballistas. I don't think that the ballistas were really in action until later. Although I don't know why it's called a ballista, because it's firing freaking rocks. Just look at that. They ball them all over, and a bunch of them are just like, oh, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Now this is actually going to be a very tough battle, because these guys, I give them all 2 experience. And just look at them marching. They have no idea that I'm going to flank them on either side. But let's look at the defenses they'll have to cross. You've got a barricade here. You've got spikes. Well, you got stakes. Then over here you've got the spike traps. And these suds caltrops. Sudis caltrops, I think. So they're continuing to march. Just look at the amazing. Look at the rockets, just kind of like, boom. Just look at these lines. Oh, they got hit quite a bit. Lots of spearmen. Their hoplites look like they're taking the center middle, with a few on this flank. I switched over to explosive shots, as you can see. Their swordsmen are taking the right flank, and my troops are there. They're like, okay, we're ready. And just look at this line of men going clear back to their starting point over here. Now this is actually a very tough battle. I have to admit, it was one of my more tougher battles that I've won, because these are all 2-star ranks, and in fact what gave me a real good heads up during this battle was the fact that I did have these ballista catapults. This is ballistas. These archers are like, oh, there's people up there. They still have no idea that I've got troops on either side. I've got troops in there. I've got troops hidden up here that are moving right now. Now, here they go. They're going to go through the spikes now. And here comes the arrows. They're running right. They're like, we'll get there! And spike traps. Let's look at these hoplite units. Now my goal was to wait until they had hit the lines. Once they had come in contact with the lines, then I was going to swing around and hit them. Like even now, I'm moving in part of my troops to kind of slow them down, ease the pressure on my center. Heavy pike, heavy melee, very heavy spear, very heavy infantry, very heavy infantry. This tiny gap right here, but that's not going to do anything to us. They come. My men are still hidden, and here comes my cavalry. I decided it's time to move them into action, so here they go. Kind of get a gladiator style of force charge. Of course, you could argue that you got the turn right here. Being showered by arrows is just like, well, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. And they're just all stuck over there, just trying to break through. Torque swordsman against the immortals. Now, these Persian hoplites, they really didn't start using the Persian hoplites until about the time of the Alexandrian invasion of Greece. They're gonna inform them all up here, and I'm just gonna go bulldoze my way through them. Here comes this charge. And here they go. And they're just going to charge into the backs of them and to the sides of these guys. Now, they did charge them while they were still facing forward and whatnot. You might ask, well, why didn't you just wait until they were engaged before charging them from the back? Well, if they're not formed up, that works just as easily as if you hit them from the flanks. You see them, they're trying to get around my flank, but my immortal pikemen, they're holding fast. Well, they've lost a lot of guys, the immortal pikemen. Horse archers. Persian spearmen versus their mercenary archers. Now, I think this is part of just the whole reason why I find these find the AI to be so ridiculous is they walked completely into this trap. They just went from over here and went forward. They didn't even try to defend their flanks or anything, make sure if there was anybody out there. Now, this battle really is just degenerated into a brawl. Immortals versus their swordsmen. But this is a very tough battle actually to fight. They fight because these guys were so good, even though they weren't all that good, strategy-wise. But the battle generated to basically 3 battles. Right here, right over there, and right over there. Main concentration is over here. And now I'm moving the troops forward to put pressure and try to collapse the picked hoplites. Send my immortal Phalanx men over there. Let's take a close look at you guys. Let's go to the cinematic view. There really was no doubt by this point in time that I would win the battle. Just look at these guys, they're just kind of swarming them. These guys are throwing spears at them. They just fall down all over the place. You can see spears sticking out of their shields to get hit from the back. Slowly this is going to break down. As you can see down here, there's about 2 minutes 16 seconds remaining in the battle. The first thing that's really going to start to collapsing, as you can see, is the center. And I'm just going to continue pushing it into there, and as soon as I do that, I'm going to hit over there. More immortal Phalanx men coming in, hitting their picked hoplites. This mercenary hoplite is beginning to break. They're like, well, we didn't get paid for this. There's a story in antiquity of 10,000 hoplites that they marched across the sea to go fight the Persians. And they get there, and they kind of find out that they weren't going to get paid by their employers. So what they decided to do is, up in the middle of the war, they decided just to up and leave. And there's this really crazy scene. The lines begin to crack. Now that these troops are open, I'm going to move them over here towards this resistance. This is actually holding out a lot. But anyways, the 10,000. They were marching back towards their ships, and they actually came across an army of, and there's archers are firing into their backs. Let's take a look at their backs. And they passed by this Persian army, and the two forces were so massive that they weren't able to turn to face each other. So what they ended up doing was they ended up marching past each other in this long line of a couple hours, just marching by each other, just hoping that the other guys weren't going to kill them or anything. And eventually 10,000 got back. It's called the March of the 10,000, and it's a crazy story, which is part of the reason why I like it. You got the immortal archers, immortal skirmishers. These guys are still fighting, even though they're shaken. But you just see that they're just like, okay, we gotta disengage. Disengage, go over here, try to help out their comrades. But they're gonna break now, and the Battle of Mycale is over. The Ionians are not going to revolt against the rule of Persia for the second time, and this was a really good battle, and it felt a lot longer when I was playing the battle. Actually, it felt like half an hour was running by, when, as you can see, there was only about 12 minutes at most. But anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. Comment, subscribe, and we shall talk to you guys later.